Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at the saddest thing a student has ever said. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Handed me a note that said, "This is going to cause problems, but my dad said he was going to shoot me with his gun." We had already made child abuse reports 2 days prior because he had marks on his neck from his dad choking him. I spent a very late night that day keeping him company at the Children's Services office while they found a foster placement for him. That's so sad, dude. It's also the fact that the kid was like, "This is gonna be problematic, but my dad wants to kill me." You know, like, what the hell? Why do kids have to go through this? Seriously. If you can't take care of a kid, don't have a kid. I was a new teacher at a school that worked with high school teens suffering severe mental or behavioral disabilities. It was a very small school because we dealt with kids who had been expelled from surrounding towns. These kids just weren't always able to function well enough in a typical public school, but sometimes we got kids sent to us that did not belong at my school. Rarely we would get a kid sent to us for stuff like, "Oh, they keep telling the principal to go F themselves." Meanwhile, I have other kids who are heavily gang related and on multiple felony charges. Anyway, I got this one kid early in my career. This kid was just a nice dude. He was an outcast by his peers, but he also clearly did not need specialized education. He earned solid A's in all classes and was a model student. Because class sizes were so small and attendance was always an issue, there was a day in which he was the only student in his class to be present for the day. So he and I sat, and we were drawing and colouring a map of what we imagined the island from The Most Dangerous Game looked like, and where certain events happened. As we did this, we were talking, and he opened up to me very calmly about going home from school one day and finding his mother, who had hanged herself. He told me that he had been in a really bad space and lashed out a bit at school. He then told me that a few weeks later he came home and his father also killed himself. This poor kid told me all of this like he was just recounting a dream. I wanted to call the previous school and berate them. No wonder the kid was lashing out, but the solution was to expel him. I had told the student that I was so proud that he even was showing up to school to learn, and that if I had been in his shoes, it would have been a totally different story. All this happened while we were colouring hand-drawn maps of an island in crayons. I'm happy to say that he did return to his original school, and is one of maybe 5 kids that I ever saw escape the black hole that was the alternative school I taught at. That's effed, dude. Seriously, instead of getting this kid help, they expelled him. He lost both his parents. Obviously, there's gonna be issues, right? And the school, instead of trying to get him some help, they kick him out because they don't want to deal with that. No way. Gave them a writing prompt. Would you eat a bowl of worms for $1,000? Why or why not? Silly stuff can be a good way to get them going. Kid comes back with, "Yes, definitely. The worms wouldn't be that bad. I'd probably just be sick for a few days. I'd be able to help my family with rent and electricity bills and help my cousins get out from the war in Sudan." Dude, some kids are actually so brave. They wouldn't mind eating a bowl of worms to help the family. And then we know other kids who will give up the family for a bowl of candy. Student of mine has a mum diagnosed with leukemia. Not doing good. He's pretty anxious, she's in the hospital a lot. We're sitting with him working on some math. He looks me straight in the eye, tears in his, and says, "I don't want my mum to die." He's in 2nd grade. Dude, that's sad. The world is freaking unfair. Student teaching. Talking to a kid about after school plans. Kid said he was going to the park to play basketball because he couldn't go home until dark because his mum was a prostitute. Just a matter of fact, like he was telling me she was a dentist or a chef. Oh. I guess, you know, kids don't really know what that means, right? Do they? "I won this iPad at church. Can you keep it safe? Because my mum would just start selling that too if she found out at home." Learned mum was taking money to allow men to SA the student. Still in contact with the student over a decade later, and she's doing well. What? Dude, is mum in prison? I freaking hope so. My dad doesn't care about me. He only cares about his phone. This was said to me by a swimmer I was coaching a while back because their parent was glued to the phone. No matter how much they yelled for them to watch, they ignored them. Why are you even there? Seriously, like, why are you even there? If you're not going to support your kid, don't even come, honestly. If that was me, I'd rather them not come. Seriously. Like, if you're going to come and not even look at me at all, then don't come. What the hell? My wife is a teacher. Saddest thing she told me was a druggy mother who would bite her 4-year-old son. The child actually tried justifying his mum's actions by saying it was an accident and she didn't mean it. My wife notified the authorities and state. She was arrested and his aunt, a very good woman, took him and he's doing great now. Good! See, this is what we want to hear. All the bad parents getting arrested. Okay. I once told a student that I was proud of her and detailed a few reasons why. She broke into tears. When I asked her if she was okay, she said no adult has ever spoken to me like that before. She was about to graduate high school in a matter of weeks. Just super depressing. Are you kidding me? How do her parents speak to her then? They don't ever tell her that she's doing well, she's doing good, everything will be okay? Wow, that is sad. I feel so bad for kids who don't even have like normal parents. I mean, the parents don't even have to be amazing, but if the parents are like normal, then at least they know they'll be able to come home to something. Honestly, I'm low-key happy that people aren't having kids because they feel like they can't take care of kids, right? Like, I'm happy that people are making that decision instead of just being like, well, I'm gonna have a kid because everyone's gonna have a kid, right? Or I want to have a kid because I want them to take care of me. 3 years as a math intervention teacher, pulling small groups. After school, I had a classic video game club. Basically ensured some of my at-risk kids could stick around and not have to worry about the crap that goes on around the neighborhoods. Anyway, they had a pizza party if they did the homework. And during the party, I noticed one of my students basically just, well, hoarding slices. I got more than I needed for 6 elementary school kids. So I asked him why he wasn't eating, and he just said, I can share this with my brother, and we don't always get to eat after school. Needless to say, I started stuffing his bag with food and snacks every day. That first night though, I cried over that. He was and is a good kid, and you'll see promise lost because of circumstances a kid has no control over. It sucks. Dude, the fact that you know a kid could thrive in a good environment and just be the best person they are, but they can't because they're not in that environment. Oh, that's just so sad. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!